Welcome to this edition. It's not a stretcher. It's not energy cheat. It's not chair boxing. I'm going to demonstrate 4 standing exercises for hip strength. And I'm your host, Jesse Swear, nationally recognized inclusive fitness trainer, silver sneaker flex instructor. You can find out more about me. Visit my website at www.jesseswear.com. And again, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be in that standing position, and I'm going to be demonstrating 4 different standing exercises to improve and increase hip strength. As I know, as we age or we have a difficulty with maybe an injury, a particular injury, that we get tight hips, and those tight hips not only affect our posture and our gait in walking, but they also add more strain into the knee, into the quads, and then other areas where we compensate over life. So we want to maintain that good hip strength. That good hip strength will allow you to have a good quality of life and allow you to maintain that independence. Now, before we get started, there are a few things that I need to review and cover with each one of you, and it's 5 different things. If you have any lightheadedness, pain, dizziness, discomfort, or fatigue, hit the pause button. The other thing is that virtual liability. Now, before I get that virtual liability, if anybody does have any form of resistance band at home, we're going to be implementing it, and we're going to be utilizing it for 2 of the exercises to show you that you can add some resistance to those hip stretches as you progress through these movements over time. Virtual liability now. You should always consult with your physician before engaging in any physical activity program. By participating in this online exercise with me, you assume all dangers, hazard, risks of such participation. Exercises demonstrated by the instructor in this online class can be demanding if you're unable to safely perform. These exercises, again, please modify them or choose a different set of exercises. On modification, today we'll be utilizing a chair, utilizing a wall, and being in that standing position. The resistance in the resistance band is adding the intensity. So you want to adapt away from that intensity if you cannot do the initial exercises that I'm going to demonstrate. Number 2, I can't see you, I can't hear you, so please pay attention to your form, pay attention to mechanics. I'm going to be using different modalities. I'm going to be utilizing that chair as well to demonstrate these exercises. So again, follow along, pay attention. If you are in that standing position, you want to make sure that you're elongating that spine. You want to tuck the belly, tuck the tailbone, chest out, shoulders up, back and down, and utilizing those arms as well for leverage so that you can work on those specific areas that we're going to target. Number 3, breathe. Inhale, exhale. 4, rate of perceived exertion. 1 through 3, I would say, on this exercise routine today, because it's going to be demonstration. Now, how much and how many different sets and repetitions you do is going to be entirely up to you. Clearly, I will demonstrate and then tell you what I would recommend. However, you might need a little less, you might need a little bit more. You choose, you're the participant, you're that individual. And then we get to that hydration. Right there it is, you want to make sure you hydrate. Now, I'm going to close these curtains real quick because I am getting a little bit too much sun coming in right now that's interrupting my stream with you at home or in the office. So we want to make sure that 1, you can see me, and 2, I can see you perfectly clear. So let's get started. We're going to start with standing hip extensions. Now, if you can need some hydration, grab that hydration. Now, for this exercise to strengthen the hips, you can either stand up against the wall, hold on to the wall with both hands, hold on to the wall with one hand, and for myself in particular, I'm going to have that green band, and we'll put that in my pocket right now. I'm going to use the chair. So I'm going to put that chair that's right in the center, and I'm going to stand to the side of it. So I'm on the left side of that chair right now, and I'm going to be working my left leg. So I'm going to make sure, again, that my belly's tucked, my tailbone's tucked. I'm nice and tall because I want to be nice and tall as I do this. I want to engage the core strength, and when I work on hip extensions. So hip extension would be holding onto that chair, either one hand or 2 hands, or put the chair this way, hold onto that wall, and we're going to take that left leg and we're going to just kick it back. Just like that. Nice and tall, nice kickback. Now I'm going to pull this chair up a little farther to do that. Again. Now, you could also use a counter at a kitchen counter. This chair is a little low for me, however, it will do because I got long arms. And you're just going to kick that back. Nice and tall, nice and tall. Now what you'd want to do is you want to do about 3 sets of these, and you're just trying to tap that foot so that foot is tapped in a staggered stance behind that right foot. So you're not coming up here, you're staying right here, and you're just kicking back, tap it down, kick it back, tap it down. You're trying to kick this left leg, keep it as straight as possible, and you're kicking it to that adjacent wall, leading with the heel. So the heel, toe touch, heel, toe touch. Keep it as straight as possible and kicking it back. So not only are you getting the hamstring, you're getting your glute, but you're also moving the hip. Now you want to do the other side as well, so I flip my chair over, or I stand up against that wall and put my hands against the wall, which I can do, and show you how it's done with putting your hands on the wall. You just put your hands on the wall here, and step back, and kick it back like that. And again, you're nice and tall, you're nice and elongated, you're nice and upright, and you're doing about 3 sets to 15 on each leg. Now, I can feel that through here, and I can feel that through my hip as well. Now, if you want to add resistance to it, I'm going to show you an easy way to add resistance. Now, again, this is advanced at home. This is not a body elastic. This is a resistance band that is circular the whole way around. So I would lift my chair leg up. I would drop it underneath that chair leg. I rest it down here. I would take that band and I'm going to wrap it around my ankle. Now I want this up high on that chair. As you see, the resistance band is up on the leg of that chair. And I'm adding tension. So there's tension on that band. If you can see that band at home, there's tension. It's a green band. And I want this down more towards my ankle. And I'm in that stagger stance. However, I want to make sure that there is tension on that band at all times. So you don't want it loosey-goosey like this as you come back through. You want to make sure that you keep that band nice and tense so that you feel pulling that leg forward. And again, you're holding onto that wall, that countertop, tucking the belly, tucking the tailbone, nice and tall, and you're just kicking back. And you're just adding a little bit of resistance. The resistance you add is entirely up to you. You're going to hold that position and really feel that lower back. You can really feel that core engaging, or you can just tap down, kick up. And right now, we're just really teaching the tap and the kick. Just like that. So you would do that again if you want to add resistance. You could do that for 2 sets of 15 on top of the 3 sets of 15 without any weight. Or you could do 2 sets without any resistance and then add 1 set for beginners for resistance. Now you want to do both sides. That was my left side. And again, careful when you do bend to grab that. Your head does, at times, go below your heart. So if you can get down like this and do it, this is definitely the better way to do it than bend that head below the heart. So when you get up, you're not passing out. We don't want you to pass out. Next exercise. As we move from standing hip extensions with resistance, we want to get that hydration, and then we want to move to standing hip abduction. Not abduction, where we're adding in, we're abducting, we're taking those arms out, and we're going to add some resistance to this as well. So you'd want to stand again behind the chair, to the side of the chair, or a hand on the wall to do this exercise. I'm going to stand on the side of my chair, I'm on the left side, and I'm going to just take the leg out. And I'm going to kick it out. And as you see, it doesn't fully come to a rest here. All my weight is pushed to that right side, and I have a little bit of a lean to that right side, so that I can just kick that leg out to the side. Again, 3 sets, 15 on one side, and then you want to move to the other side. Now you can just, clearly you have enough space, you can walk to the other side. For me, I have to move that chair, and then I would stand on that right side, plant all my weight, or 90% of that weight, on that left leg and kick out to the right. Again, nice and tall, and as you can see, I run into the couch with my leg, which is not a bad thing. Prevents me from trying to overstrain or get myself on an angle. I want to be still in a nice upright position as I kick that leg out, because I am working abduction of those hips. You can do this at the gym as well, or here we can add some weight as you're standing at that counter because we're going to use both legs as we do this exercise routine. So I'm going to take this band and I'm going to just loop it around, right, on my right ankle, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to step through it, and I'm going to put the other part of that loop on top above my knee. Now, you might have resistance bands with handles. If that's the case, you would take those handles and you would put those handles right on that leg of that exercise chair and then wrap one around and put on the other side, or you could hold one as well in the other hand. Hopefully you have a continued loop that you can use, and you're just going to take it and step up and kick out. Just like that. Bands above the knee, and you're stepping and pushing it through. Again, you don't have to use the resistance band. This just adds a little bit of resistance, and it makes you work a little bit harder. You can do it without hands. You can do it holding on. And again, same rep scale, set scale as your hip extensions. 2 sets without the resistance band, 1 set with, or 3 sets without and 2 sets for most of those that are advanced. The other thing you can also do to implement this, if you want to wrap it around that chair leg, you can wrap it around that chair leg, and then you can step through and have it where it's above the knee, and it adds a little bit more support for you, so you're not having to worry about wrapping this band around that adjacent or that opposite ankle, which would be that right side. So again, holding on to that wall would be the best bet as you kick out, because that chair, although it doesn't move, because it's not a really difficult resistance band. So you find that resistance band that works best for you, and you can utilize that resistance band to obtain the effects of what you're trying to accomplish. So if I went to the other side, I'd step through, I would take that band on top of that right side, left side down, hold onto that wall, and kick out. Just like that. However, underneath the chair works much better, as this resistance band, it can be dualed as a pull hoop, or it could work some scapular retraction as well. So now I'm going to get rid of that resistance band, as we just went through those 2 different exercises that you can add resistance with it. And again, only if you're prepared and only if you're ready. The next exercise for strengthening of those hips in that standing position for seniors particularly would be just a standing march in place. So you would hold that chair, you'd be nice and tall, tuck the belly, tuck the tailbone, and then you're just marching in place. You can use the wall. You don't have to use any chair for any type of support. You don't have to use anybody. You could just take the wall, hold that wall, and then just step on up. You could go to a kitchen counter, hold to that kitchen counter, do the exact same thing, just step on up. And again, you're really trying to just get those knees, those high knees marching in place as high as possible without leaning back, leaning forward, but staying in a nice upright, neutral position, head over shoulders, and those shoulders aligned with those knees and those toes as you just walk and march up and down. Nice, good position. Again, countertop, chair, wall, advanced. 3 sets of 15 for those that are just beginning. For those that are more advanced, 5 sets of 15 of those marches. And then last but not least would be the body weight squat. Now, body weight squat, we want to counterbalance as we do this body weight squat, and we want to make sure that we have a chair that doesn't take us necessarily below that 90 degrees, because some individuals at home, and when I say 90 degrees, it's bending below and taking that butt below that knee in that 90-degree position, because that means we're putting a little more torque on that kneecap, and we're putting a little more torque on those hips. So you might have had knee replacement, you might have had hip replacement in your senior years, so we want to make sure that we're staying in a nice, solid position. Arms are going to be in front, hips are going to be back, and you're going to counterbalance. So if you see I lean forward a little bit to keep those hips back, arms in front of me, and the counterbalance is as I go up, those arms go up. As I go down, those arms go down and those hips go back. So up, hips go back, arms go down. Sit, and then back up. And then you want to really work on these motions. Again, more advanced. You got those 5 sets. You can take your hands right here. Takes away that counterbalance. Just want to make sure that you land in that chair each and every time. Now, if you want to make things even a little more difficult for you in that body weight squat, you can remove that chair, or the other thing you can do, which I don't necessarily recommend you remove that chair because there's more of that chance that you put too much flexion onto that knee, or you go bound and then you go past that 90 degrees, is that you just use it and you just tap and then back up. So as soon as you hit your back up with those arms, you can drop them and take them up with a counterbalance motion, or you keep them out in front of you. You can hold a pillow. But your bodyweight squat is really important to independence, hip strength, and you being mobile and stable throughout the rest of your life, especially through those senior years. So there you have it. 4 standing exercises to improve hip strength, especially for those seniors. My time is up. Come back and join me for another round of these types of exercises. Peace, my friends. Window, wall, can't see the window anymore. Floor and door. You got it. May that light be your length, your feet, length, your back. Refine that ground.